Hello friends, this is Guroja. In this video we're gonna play Total War Attila modes. I'm gonna describe you the best medieval concept modes in this video. One of the best modes that I have learned just yet. The name of the mode is Medieval Warfare mode. Maybe you have heard medieval 1212 AD mod. That's the most famous and made the best mod of Total War Attila, but I learned this mod, Medieval Warfare. I haven't heard it before, but when I watched a video in the Terminator channel, I learned about this mod, so I tried this mod. By the way, Terminator is a half Turkish like me and a half Scottish guy. A good combination, I think. And he's playing and making some videos about Total War games, especially Rome 2 and Attila. You may check his channel. And he talked about this guy. That's the mod creator, Axie. And I couldn't find that mode on here. And when I type his name, there's nothing here, or Medieval Warfare. There's just graphics mode because he doesn't want to release this mod yet. He's improving his mod. He doesn't want to make this open to public, so you may just join his Discord channel. By the way, his Discord channel is, the link is here. It's free to join, and when you join his channel, there's a link here. I think it was close to not open to everyone. It was closed for some testers, but he has no space on Steam Friends, so he just made it free for everyone. There's a free link here, and there are some FAQs here. By the way, not like the 1212. In this mode, you need just DLC packs if you want to play those factions. You don't need any DLCs in 1212 AD, but in here I think he modded this game some different way. So if you want to play as Kingdom of England or Scotland, you need Celtic Pack DLC. By the way, as a Turk, and I want to make a review video or a guide video for some Turkish or Islamic factions like Ayyubids, Caliphate of Abbasids, and Selçuks. So I need that DLC, Empire of Sand, so I bought this DLC. When you got this DLC and it's active, you can play in this mode as Kingdom of Jerusalem, Abbasid Caliphate, Sultan of Rome, or Almohad Caliphate. By the way, there's only Teutonic Knights for the Crusaders, and I think there was Abbasid Caliphate. It was free. And Ayyubid Caliphate, but as a Turk I want to play as Sultanate of Rome because that's a Turkish historian plays video, so I bought this DLC. In 1212 you don't need to, but in this mode you need to buy this DLC to play as Sultanate of Rome. Alright, so you get here the Discord link, and when you get here, when you click this, that's it. Here, your Steam page. Here, it says make sure the mods loaded in this order. There's a base mod, then there's a graphic mod. It's optional, and there are packs. I think it's for units and models, but you need to install it in this order first graphics, then pack 1 and 2, and then base, and then models. I have followed these instructions, but I couldn't play with pack 1. So I just play the game with the base and the models. When I try to play this mode with base, graphics and models, it doesn't work. Interestingly, I tried to try one of those packs. The pack 1 doesn't work, and it's the it has patched recently, but it doesn't work. I don't know the issue, the problem. I can play with base, graphics and pack 2, but when I add the pack 1, the game doesn't start. And I can only restart my PC. So there could be some problems, but that's an interesting mode, Medieval Warfare base mode. I recommend this mode. I advise this mode to you, and why? So let me play this. Let me play and show you. Alright. Okay. Yeah, there's some other modes. I'm gonna make some videos about it. 1212. And if you want to, if you're interested in 17th century, the rise of Islam, or maybe the Turkish Khaganates, that mode 634 and 642 is good for you. I'm gonna make a video about them. And yeah, that's our mode, Medieval Warfare base and models. I couldn't play with all those modes, so if you have the same problem about it, you may try this to play this mode properly. I just play with base and models, or base and graphic. So let's play. Oyna, it means play in Turkish. So why this mod? Why is this mod better, or is this mod better? Here, yeah, you can see the best things. There are some historical characters in this mod. Genghis Khan, yeah, you know him, the badass guy in the whole history, the most famous conqueror of conquerors. Yeah, you can play as Genghis Khan. I have played it. I like horde style. Hunnic factions and Mongols, I like them, and Timurid factions. I like their style. Not so many players don't like this kind of play. Maybe the ordinary players like city building and classical armies, but this one is so strong. Just raise, loot, pillage and destroy your enemies. Alright, so what about Byzantines? There are 2 Byzantines, you know, but the start year is 1220, not 1212 like in this 1212 AD mode. The starting year is 1220. It's not so different, by the way. It's after 4th Crusade, and so there's a Latin Empire in Constantinople, and in Nicaea the Eastern Roman Empire, famously known as Byzantine Empire, exists, and they are enemies of each other, and they are all weak. In Southern Europe, by the way, with the other DLCs, I think some other factions would be added here. And this is Castile and Sicily. In Western Europe, there's France with the DLCs. You can play as Kingdom of Scotland and England. In Eastern Europe, there's Bohemia and Crusaders. If you have the Desert Kingdoms DLC, or maybe I don't remember the name of it. You know, the Desert DLC. If you have it, you can play as Kingdom of Jerusalem, or in the Baltics you can wage war against pagan Polish-Lithuanian Union here, or Slavic pagans. And Eastern Empire, yeah, it's Ayyubid Sultanate, famous heirs of Saladin. Almohad Caliphate, look at that nice line here. Ebu Yaqub Yusuf, he is in Iberia, or Northwest Africa. Abbasid Caliphate, once a vassal of Seljuks, the Seljuk Sultan in Isfahan. When the Great Seljuk Sultanate have collapsed, they are now trying to be independent. So intriguous, guys. This faction has some nice Arabic or Middle Eastern Islamic warrior characters, and Sultanate of Rum, Keykubat, but that's not the golden age of Sultanate of Rum, the Seljuk dynasty in Anatolia, modern-day Turkey. The golden age was Alaaddin Keykubat's era, and he's dead now. And at this time, the Mongols, I mean the Ilkhanates, have vassalized the Sultanates of Rums. Yeah, the dark days for Turks. But it has just taken 50 years, and after that a beylik named Ottomans, yeah, Ottoman dynasty have risen in at the last of 13th century. Yeah, you know, the rise of the Ottomans are at 14th century. So before that, that's the last days of Sultanate of Rum. They have some provinces, a few provinces in the middle of Anatolia. At the west there are two Byzantine Empire, Byzantine states. At the northeast there is Trebizond. They are the other Byzantine state, maybe. You know, they have divided to 4 parts, and the last one is at the Athens, I think, Epirus. Yeah. So I have checked this, and the last one is Novgorod Republic. I have checked this in 12 AD, and in this mode, medieval warfare, this one is more realistic. There are some now new and cool buildings, some new building types, and I think there are some historical characters like Mehmet II, the Conqueror. He conquered the Constantinople in 1453, but I don't know. And in Scotland, I think there's William Wallace, and some famous characters like Jeanne d'Arc in France, etc. So that's an interesting point. And some historical missions. There are some historical missions, so you can you feel like a real original campaign mode. Not so complicated or not so good. You know, in Total War they don't care about campaigns so much. It's like sandbox, but it's not so sandbox or free for all. There are some little historical missions. I haven't seen any historical missions in this faction, but I heard there are some missions, historical missions in other factions like Kingdom of England. Alright, so you can check the units. There are not so many units when I compare this mode with 1212. 1212 is better. In 1212 mode there are so many units here, but you cannot play with most of them or some of them, especially the late one, because in 1212 mode the late game, late era, isn't available just right now, and they are developing it, but there is no improvement since the start of the mod. I don't know, they just try to balance and improve the first campaign, I think. Yeah, in this mode there are not so many units when you compare, if you compare with the other mod 1212, but it's realistic. I think there is no supply system or a supply mode for this. In the big mods, in the detailed mods, there are some little sub mods about supply. In this mode there's no supply thing, but there's a balance, there's a system about it, so you cannot just improve so fast. It takes some time, so it is cool, and it is more diplomatic, and it's so peaceful. In 1212 AD mode, at the middle and late game, it's something like WW2. It's like a world war, all Christian worlds versus you, or if you are Christian, all Muslim world against you. There are just two sides. It always just like that, or it's not so historically. You don't feel so historically. It's something like the AI cheats against you. I don't know, it doesn't cheat, but it's not so ordinary that all the world is against you, you know. So let me show you the units. Yeah, it's so few. It's, yeah, it lacks some different kinds of units, so I didn't like that, but the mod is realistic. So the best thing about this mod is, I think, that one, Golden Horde. If you want to play as Mongols, I advise you to play in this mode, Medieval Warfare, because in Medieval 1212 it's not so good like this. This is better. The system is so similar to Attila, the home play system. And by the way, I couldn't play the part 1 and part 2. Maybe in those packs there are some different kinds of units. I don't know. Yeah, that's the same thing, you know. It's a medieval version of Attila. We're not in Attila era, but we're just in 13th century. Yeah, in Golden Horde we are Mongols, and we're gonna raise first Khwarezmian state, Sultanate of, what was the official name of it? Khwarezmian Empire. Yeah, the historians call it empire. I'm not sure about it. It's an empire or state. We just call them Khwarezmians in Turkey. They are Turkic and Muslim state, by the way. And yeah, let me show you one of these things about this mod, one detail. Yeah, in here, these are the submissions. Haven't changed by the modder, but in here the primary objective is Sokol. These descriptions is Sokol. It says the Khwarezm Shah, the Sultan of Khwarezmians, killed the Mongolian envoys, and he attacked the Mongolian caravan, offended Genghis Khan, and Genghis Khan or Genghis Khan decided to destroy Khwarezmian Empire to revenge. Yeah, that's cool. And you need to survive until system. We need to survive until spring 13. Until 15th century, or no, 14th century, yeah. 1300, I think it is pronounced like this. Alright, this is the same system. You just be careful about your stance. You use your 75% and go forwards, and then camp, build and replenish your units and attack. You don't need to settle to any city. You just raise them, loot them and pillage them, and you get food, and raise them, you get some money. But you need to be careful. You are not so rich. You have to be mobile. You have to just always attack. Yeah, if you want some attack system, if you don't like to just sit down and watch, that's for you. But you cannot attack always. You need after some battles, you need to camp, encampment. You need to be in stance encampment and replenish your units. They are just mobile units, yeah, missile archers and steppe cavalries mostly. Yeah, that's it. And yeah, there is no supply cards like the other mods or supply system. Maybe they will add supply system after some time. And yeah, the cities are well detailed, and they have changed it to historically correct, and the modders have reskinned the Attila units, so that's a cool mod. You may try this. Even the medieval 1212 AD mod is my favorite one. I think it is better at overall, but this mod is historically more accurate, and there are some problems for some factions. For example, Holy Roman Empire, and there are some problems about Sultanate of Seljuks, because you know, it's too difficult, and in that era, 1212, I think the Anatolia, Minor Asia, modern day Turkey, has been Turkized, or I don't know how you pronounce it, but the local people are loyal to Seljuk Sultanate. And yeah, there were Christian people and Muslim people, but they didn't fight each other. So the religious unrests are so how do you say that? It's not so logical. It's just not a realistic debuff. Alright, so in this mod it is easier to play as Sultanate of Seljuk, so I haven't tried the other factions, but if you want to play as Turks, that mod is better. And in this mod there is no Principality of Antioch. There is just one Crusader kingdom in Jerusalem, so that's another difference. So you may try this. If you try if you have tried the 1212 AD mode and didn't like it, you may try this. And if you have tried 1212 and it was difficult, or it was hard, or if you didn't like some things about it, you may try this. Alright, thank you for watching this video, and sorry for my English, it's not so cool, but I tried to explain this mod to you. If you have some questions about this mod, or about Turkish history, or the game and some historical things, you may ask your questions freely. I'd like to answer them. And thank you again. Take good care of yourselves. I'm gonna describe the other mods that I played and I liked, and I recommend you the other mods in another video. Alright, see you later then. Goodbye.